We've landed in Quebec City. I am sick and it is very, very cold. But we just went to get lunch and went on a walk while our room was prepped, and it was so cold. The coughs stay. Anyway, we gotta plan what we're doing and then go from there. I'm all stuffed up and so tired already.
So after literally napping probably for like 3 hours, we did end up going to Buvette Scott. We were so lucky to get our little res. And it was so delicious. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Everyone should go. Had mussels. Yum. This was like a white bean puree with scallops. This was cabbage. Isn't that crazy? It was so good. Yum. Anyway, would recommend. The next day, it was crazy snowy, but honestly, it really made being inside feel so cozy. So it was still beautiful. So this was one of the breakfast spots we tried. Okay, are you ready? Sandwich, Sadwich, Mad Wizard. I don't know why that was so funny to me at the time. I had gathered my energy by this point, so hit up the art gallery. I loved it. I love art galleries. I wore Uggs this whole trip, and my feet were literally soaked through.
My rings. I don't think I can get in there.
I'll give them this much. They were warm until they were wet. And in their defense, I was knee-deep in snow. Oh, and also like no grip on those things. So choose your footwear wisely, everybody. Would I choose them again? Probably. This was our visit to the Citadel of Quebec. It's supposed to function as like a little city if we're under siege. Oh my god, jail! Little fake mouse. Of course, we have tons of shots of the Hotel Frontenac. Here she is again. She was beautiful though, I'll give her that much. Check out my bangs. You know I'm sick when my bangs are just on their own. Oh, guys, this place, guess what I had? Œuf à la turque. Turkish eggs. Had some Turkish eggs. Chilbur, for those who know what it's actually called. And then I took my Uggs on another adventure. Kind of like a hike, not really. FYI, Thomas is scared of heights, so he could not look down at the waterfall. Which was sad because it was so cool. The water would hit base and then fluff up. And then the parts that like fluff up would freeze and you get like these little globular, like, can you see them? Anyway, it was awesome.
triangle in my hair.
By this point, I was feeling pretty terrible, but we went to Kunda Hotel. Yummy. The next day, we went to this diner, and it was so cozy and homey. Definitely one of my favorite places we went to on this trip. And of course, I had to have the beans. I'm honestly still on a bean streak. Okay, everyone. We are now walking to one of Thomas's coffee shops. We're very excited. They have fancy coffee things, like a pour over. Ooh, so exciting. After we went for coffee, we went to a place called Morin House, which used to be a jail, and they had kept the basement floors kind of as the jail, but then it had turned into a school, like a university, and so it had this gorgeous library, public library. And then we went thrifting, but I wouldn't thrift in Quebec City. It wasn't that good. This place had 5 floors though. Oh, and then also used bookstores. This place was lovely. This was our little break at Hotel Frontenac because I needed to breathe. Okay, La Bouche, I think this is a classic wreck for people that go to Quebec City. It was a little rowdy.
We gotta redo the tape. This is a Fincher situation where you do 25 million takes and then you use take 38.
Everyone who had visited this restaurant had left their names on the wall, couples, and there were so many Thomases, no Mayas. So basically, Thomas is a hoe. And that was it. Oh, but we did go to this cafe on the last day that was right outside our window, and every morning we saw this little old man get his coffee, so we finally tried it, and it was awesome. And that was it. Our little trip. So we packed our bags and we headed to the airport. Shout out to our promise rings.